Hi, how are you?
Very well, Matt, and thoroughly enjoyed your film. Big
Oh,
congratulations.
thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Right, Matt, are you someone who takes pressure that you're making a Batman movie? It will be compared to other Batman movies. Your actor will be compared to other Batman. So, do you take that pressure?
Oh my God, all of that. I mean, I don't see how you could do a Batman movie and not feel that because, the history of Batman movies is a great history. Like, as
Yes.
far as this genre goes, like Batman is like to me the crown jewel and
Mhm.
people love that character. And so, you look at it when you have the opportunity to do it, you look at it in two ways. One, you look at it like, wow, what an opportunity. And the other is like, oh my God, this is terrifying. So yeah, of
Right,
course, you can't help but not. And then, the challenge becomes how to make it your own. And that was to me the
yeah,
biggest mission was to make sure that we could make this, after being this character has endured for over 80 years. So in
right,
comics and in movies, and with this many iterations in the films, the imperative was to come in and find a way to make him fresh so that he has to be both familiar, he has to be the Batman that people love, meaning that iconic mythic figure, but he needs
right,
to somehow also be completely different. And I think that's what we've tried to do in this movie and what I think Rob was able to achieve.
right. You managed to do that very successfully. In fact, you were talking about what Rob was able to achieve. What is Rob like for a director? What kind of an actor is he?
Rob is an absolute joy, is what he is. I mean, he he's so interesting. He's in such control of his instrument. He's able to uh, do technical things that I've never
Mhm.
really seen anyone be able to do. His ear for mimicry is astonishing. He doesn't use a dialect coach. Like he hears a voice and he just can copy it. And the voice is one of the key ways into character for him. So like one of the things I discovered was that he's able to pitch his voice into different registers. And as we were exploring, I was like, well, can you lower your voice? And he said, oh yeah. And then he started lowering his voice and I was like, oh my God. And
Wow.
he's able to do all of these incredibly technical things. But at the same time, he's also incredibly emotional. So he is a very rare mix because a lot of times you meet an actor who has great emotional depth, but they might be not as in control sort of technically. He's somebody who I could say, okay, I need this moment to be hotter. You've got to be angrier, but I also
Right.
need you to lean on your left foot because the light is hitting your eye that way. And he could do both. He'd be like, oh yeah, okay. And then we'd do it. And so he was a joy. He was amazing.
Brilliant to hear that. Could you tell me about that main car scene where he walks out? That shot that's in the trailer.
Oh yeah, well he emerged. Well, that was one of the things. It's funny. That was also from a David Lynch movie. There's a scene in Lost Highway where they're in this hallway and it falls off to darkness, and Bill Paxton comes out of the hall, materializing out of the shadows. And for some reason, that image occurred to me when I started thinking about this idea of how Batman is meant to intimidate the criminal element and that he is putting on this suit so that he can appear almost like a ghost out of the shadows. And that was actually one of the scenes I had Rob do in his screen test. And then I worked with Greg Fraser, my director of photography, to try and get him to find just that sort of ghostly way that he would step out of it. And when we shot him coming out of it, it was a thrilling moment. There was something about that was the first time we saw him and we were shooting him in full, finished bat suit. And it's an exciting moment. It's one of those moments that you kind of pinch yourself and you go like, okay, now I'm part of a long legacy of films and a part of pop culture, which is this moment where we're introducing a new Batman. I mean, that's an extraordinary thing to be part of.
That scene is incredible, and so is your film. Thank
Oh,
you,
thank
Matt,
you.
for entertaining
Thank
us.
you. I really appreciate it.